Sammy B, what's going on, brother? What's going on, Sammy? Sammy is in the house. Hope all is well, dude. Hope all is well. So what's going on, Sammy B? What's new? How's the snow up there? Hopefully not too bad anymore. Duran, what's going on, man? What's up? Welcome to the stream. What is going on, everybody? Welcome, welcome. If you're just joining us, don't forget to smash that like button when you come in and say what's up. What's going on, Bryant? Justin Rodriguez. Hola, man. Hola. Finished Spider-Man Miles Morales and now playing Spider-Man for the PS4. Snow here. Wow, the snow is still falling in Canada. Damn. That's crazy. Haven't played Miles Morales yet, but I'm very, very excited to. I've heard really good things. I heard it was short. Is that true, Sammy B? Is it short? I heard the game isn't very long at all, but hey, if it's fun, right? What does it matter? What's going on, everybody? If you have any questions, anything you want to talk about specifically, this is the forum to do it. Oh, yeah, let's just talk about whatever. I mean, we have a bunch of things going on. Justin Rodriguez says, get the tables! What's going on, time traveler? What is up? What is up? TLC predictions. All right, we have TLC, which is mañana, tomorrow. And let's see, what matches do we have? Let's talk about them. Let me know what matches we'd like to talk about and see if we can figure out the predictions. Who do we have in the building? Underrated Mike. What's going on? Classic in the building. Tinky. Oh, there we go. How's that Trish Stratus pop? Well, funny you should ask. Bam. If you guys don't know, on the last live stream was bananas. Let me just say that. The last live stream was crazy. We had Sammy B and No Wrestling IQ put donations in. They used the super chat option to put in donations, which enabled me to purchase 2 new pops for the studio. This is the first one, Trish Stratus. And let me tell you what the second one was. I was actually able to do an eBay auction and get a very cheap, my favorite thing, cheap version of an exclusive Amazon Undertaker. So he's like this purple glowing color. It's pretty cool. So as soon as that arrives, I will show you guys. Oh, Sammy B! Sammy B with the super chat. He's starting this thing early. Wow, here is $5 to buy another green tea you just finished. Wait, is it this tea? Is this tea you're talking about? Much love to Sammy B with the super chat. He is starting this thing early. We're not even 5 minutes in. You've got to be joking me. Oh, much love to Sammy B. By God, he's done it again. He's done it again. I appreciate you, Sammy. Thank you so much, man. What's going on? Alan in the house. Brian in the house. Make sure you guys smash that like button like it owes you money. What's going on, Mark the Mario? Okay, just switch. Always switching up the name on me, man. Always switching it up on me, man. All right, what's going on, Anthony? So let's answer some of these questions. Let's start off with TLC predictions. So I see The Fiend versus Randy Orton. Who do I think is going to win? I think we're going to see The Fiend take this one. I think he's going to end up beating Randy Orton. I believe there's a chance we might see some Alexa Bliss involvement. I just feel like for Randy Orton to win, I don't know. What would that do for The Fiend? You know what I mean? But I'm very curious because it's interesting. Randy Orton is now kind of like in this babyface role. What's going to happen when Edge gets back? That's kind of where my mind is. What's going to happen when Edge gets back? Justin Rodriguez says, did you hear The Fiend and Randy Orton is going to be an Inferno match? Yes, specifically, it's a Firefly Inferno match. So I'm not sure if it's going to be one of those, cinematic sort of things where we see, a bunch of fire in the Firefly Funhouse. But my guess it's going to be some sort of a cinematic type of match. It's not going to take place in the ring. That's just my guess. I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. It wasn't bananas. It was a live stream. I thought it was bananas, man. Let's see. What else do we got here? Bryant wants to know thoughts on Mayweather versus Logan Paul. So let's talk about boxing. I know we don't really talk about boxing, but let's talk about it real quick. I feel like boxing is in a stage where it doesn't really matter who wins, what's going on. It just kind of seems like it's all about the money. It's all about the money. Like, You can have Tyson fight whoever, but if there's no knockouts, it's just an exhibit. It's just for fun. You know, boxing, I'm like, it's just for fun. And I feel like Mayweather, he knows it's money. Like, he's getting paid how much? Probably over $1 million to do a stupid fight against a YouTuber. I just feel like boxing is starting to become a little too ridiculous for me. Norman in the building. What's going on, Norman? Spencer, what's up? Isaiah the bot. I am a robot. Did you see about the Fiend? Oh, yeah, we did read that. Sister Abigail, and lick that like button. That's right, lick that like button. Let's see. We're getting close to 6K. Yes, Time Traveler. Time Traveler, give us a sneak peek. So listen, something at 6K is going to be revealed? I think revealed is the best word to use. Something when we hit 6K is going to be revealed, and it's going to be big. 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 It's going to be epic. It's going to be so dope, and I can't wait for you guys to see it. But I said 6K, and I try to stick to my word with these things because sometimes I'm all over the place. I'm like, 6K. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. 5,900 is fine. Nope. 6K, I will be dropping a very special video on here, and I can't wait. I can't wait. Am I doing a Christmas live stream? I think Christmas Eve and Christmas, I don't think I'll have any uploads on this channel. I don't think so. I think I'll take those days, let you guys do your thing, let everybody celebrate in the proper way. And, take the time, celebrate with your family and whatnot. But I will definitely make a couple of posts and in advance. If we don't talk before then, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate, Hanukkah. If I don't speak to you in January, happy Kwanzaa to anyone who celebrates Three Kings Day, all of that good stuff. Time Traveler wants to talk about Carmella versus Sasha Banks. Okay, let me say this first. I know she was in The Mandalorian, but Sasha Banks is not a very good actress. Like, she's not at all. She's really not. This whole storyline between her and Carmella has been, to me, awful. I feel like it's so bad. I'm watching the promos back and forth, and it's filled with a bunch of fake laughter. They're like, ha, 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 ha. Well, I'm the best on the brand. Ha, 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 ha. And I'm like, what am I watching right now? I hope they just fight, get it over with, have Sasha retain, and then Sasha go on to fight someone else. And honestly, I think she should lose it. I think she should lose the title at the Royal Rumble. I know in the ring, I think Sasha's amazing. I feel like she's never convinced me that she's the boss. Like, I don't believe that she's the boss. So there's something just off there, and I don't know what it is. Anthony wants to talk about Eva Marie. Oh, man. Okay, so Eva Marie. No, don't bring it back. That maybe as eye candy, like she can manage maybe Angel Garza. I know they're talked about that, and I think she would make a really good heel because people hate her. So that's the only way as a manager, nothing else. Brian says your finisher should be the coupon cutter. So that is actually one of my finishers. It is a basic cutter like Diamond Dallas Page used, and it's called the coupon cutter. Another one of my moves is called the cheap shot. So those are my two finishers. Sammy B says the Fiend will win. He won't get squashed by Orton unless they want to mess with us by making Orton win. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think the Fiend will win. It'll probably be a back and forth match. It'll hopefully be a decent match. Isaiah says, did I see last week's Dynamite? I did. I try to catch Dynamite every week. I did see it. Yeah, and if you guys want to talk about Dynamite, I'm down for that too. Tiki Wiki says, did you hear about Zeus? Yes, I did. R.I.P. Debo! Debo! From Friday. Oh, Nebula, you made it, man. Danny's in the house. Let's see. Mark the Mario says, boxing is kind of dying. No offense. No, it is. It is. It is. It's just about hype and making the most money off an event. Nebula says, did you hear about Raw's ratings? Yeah, they didn't do too well. But let's see what happens. I feel like it sucks because, well, not that it sucks, but WWE is such a big company. People are like, oh my gosh, AEW is going to run them out of business. Not true. Not true. And like networks might be upset that maybe they're getting less ratings than they should be, less views. But at the end of the day, wrestling does so well compared to your average show that they're not going to be like, hey, get off of the network just for having some bad ratings, you know? Started to happen consistently, then that's different. Ooh, Jason wants to know any cheapskate tips. You know, I was doing something just the other day. Yeah, I actually do have a couple of cheapskate tips. use your heat as little as possible. We used our heat a little bit, and that electric bill was so high. I had to talk to Sugar Mama. I was like, listen, Sugar Mama, let's just, like, I'm wearing a hat right now because it's cold in the studio. I don't have the heat on. It's freezing down here. And I'm just like, listen, we need to save a couple of bucks. Heat is expensive, really expensive. So that would be my first thing. Bundle up before you turn up the heat. Bundle up before you turn up. Bundle up before you turn up. That's my cheap tip for the day. Danny Nebula says, 6K Specialist Wrestling Revolution 3D. It is not, but I will be doing a video on Wrestling Revolution 3D in January. In January. Bryant wants to know, favorite TLC match. My favorite TLC match of all time is probably the original TLC match. I will never forget when Mick Foley came out. He's like, I have this idea. Tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my! Tables, ladders, and chairs. Oh my! And I was just like, what is this? This is crazy. And then I ended up watching that match with Edge and Christian, with the Dudleys, with the Hardys, and just being blown away. I was like, wow, this is the future of tag team wrestling. They really changed the game with the original TLC match. And I don't think they had any idea that was going to happen. Roger wants to know, was I cheap when I was 18? Or 16? Sorry, 16. When I was a teenager, yeah, I was pretty cheap. I always felt as a teenager and even a young adult like I had to save money because I don't know what tomorrow brings. You know, like let's say I only had $50 in my bank account, $100 in my bank account, and then something goes wrong with my car, and now I can't travel. You know what I mean? Like I've always had that worry. Like I need more saved than I'm spending. And I don't know. It's a weird mental thing, but I've gotten a lot better with it. I've gotten way better with it. So, I'm going to pat myself on the back. Let's see. Dino, cheapest wrestler, more like smartest wrestler. You found a way to have fun on a cheap budget. I appreciate that, Dino. Thank you so much. Yeah, I definitely like to have fun on a cheap budget. That is for sure me. And I love doing this with you guys. I know for sure I am way behind on answering your questions. So if you guys want, you can always take advantage of that super chat option, and I will scroll past all of the other comments to go to yours and answer whatever you want me to. Just letting you guys know that's there. That's there. I made you in a wrestling game, Alan. Yes, that's right. I think you showed me the pictures, right? I remember. Isaiah wants to know, how's my day? My day's beautiful, man. I can't complain. Like I said, a little cold, but pretty good. If it gets any colder, I might throw on a hoodie, but I think I'll be okay. Did I find the hidden Moxley by Tinky Winky? What do you mean, the hidden Moxley? What does that mean? What do I think of Lana pinning Nia Jax? It's okay. I think it's interesting storyline. I don't know where they're going from here now that Lana's injured. I don't know. Like some people were saying that they're going to have Charlotte Flair come out and be Asuka's partner. But to me, that doesn't really make sense. Like it should be Lana. After all of this, it should be Lana. I almost feel like Asuka shouldn't have the women's championship. And the dynamic between Lana and Asuka, I don't mind. I don't think it's that bad. You kind of have like this really bad warrior chick who's training the girl that everybody just looks at as like, get out of here. It works. I think the dynamic works. Day one asking Matt to play Wrestling Revolution 3D. Yes. I will be checking out that game. I can't promise that I'll play through the whole thing, but I'll at least have a video of me starting it up. And if I enjoy it, we'll keep it going. Did I train with Ortiz? So I didn't really spend much time with Ortiz. And the reason why this is asking, if you don't know what Brandon Dean is talking about, Ortiz from AEW was in the video when I did the Extreme Cheapskates, and I was training with Joel Maximo over in Brooklyn. So that's not a wrestling school that I'm at a lot. It's one that I'm at sometimes. And so I did not spend much time with Ortiz. No, just maybe a couple of training sessions, and that's about it. I don't really know him too well, to be honest. Nebula says, I want Bianca versus Sasha. And you know what? I agree with you, man. I agree. I think that that's the next thing. It would not surprise me at all if Bianca Belair won the Royal Rumble. I think it's possible. She's definitely in my top 3 that I see winning the Rumble. But I just got a feeling that Sasha's going to lose it before then. I don't know. I really don't know. Let's see. Sammy B says Sasha versus Carmella is corny, and I agree. I don't know if I'm really this behind on the questions and comments, but I will get to them. as fast as I can. As fast as I can. Tiki Winky says, have you ever met Chris Jericho? Nope. I never met Chris Jericho. Never, ever, ever, ever. I have not. Who would I rather wrestle, John Cena or Randy Orton? John Cena. Like if Vince McMahon called me right now and said, Matt, come down to Florida immediately. You're going to wrestle John Cena. I'd be like, oh, wow, that's crazy. Like I would love to wrestle John Cena. And like, it's not so much about the wrestling ability of one or my preferred wrestler. It's about the fact that right now, to this day, today, if John Cena came back for a match, let's say at TLC, that would be huge. If John Cena came back for a match and they said, oh, it's against Matt Rivera, that would just be the craziest thing. So, John Cena for sure. No, I'm wrong. Sasha is the boss. Nah, I don't know, man. The boss of what? The boss of what? She's not the boss. She's the quiet fitness girl next door. Uh-oh. We got some mixed feelings on Sasha Banks. Anthony says, do you think Eva Marie should be on Total Divas? You know what? She could be on Total Divas if she's just a manager. But I just don't think she should wrestle. Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. So I definitely see Roman Reigns taking this one-time traveler without a doubt. Without a doubt in my mind, Roman Reigns takes the victory, keeps the championship. Nebula says, don't forget about the Senton. Yes. So that is a move that Nebula suggested. I thought it was a great name. Senton. So it's Centon. You know, maybe a little hyphen in between. Genius name. I love it. I will absolutely be using it. Did I see Kevin Owens being buried by all of those tables? So you know what's funny? I haven't seen SmackDown yet. I'm a little behind on SmackDown. So I'll probably watch that either later today or tomorrow. Maybe I'll check it out before TLC. Thoughts on Cody? Okay. Thoughts on Cody Rhodes becoming a father? I mean, that's great, man. Obviously, him and what's her name? Brandy Rhodes have had an incredible last couple of years. They're making dreams out of their lives, you know. So much love to them, you know. It's good stuff. Do I watch Rick and Morty? I do not. I do not watch Rick and Morty, but my brother is a huge, huge fan. Let's see. Your boy Junior says, can you give me a shout out? I guess that was it, right? I think that's it. What's up with the hoodie? With what hoodie? What you talking about, Nebula? What made me want to be cheap? Honestly, just saving money, just being really cautious, thinking that, you know, you never know when you're going to need to spend money. So that, I know, that sounds weird because it's like, dude, you needed to spend money and you didn't. But it's just a weird mentality, man. And it's one of those things where it takes a while for your eyes to be open about certain things that you do. And you're like, oh, maybe I could fix that, but maybe I can keep doing that. Like I said, it's cold in here. You know, I'm just throwing on a hat. You know, I'm not going to make the heat 80 something degrees. That's crazy. Let's see. Mark says, how about Angel Garza versus Austin Theory? The two heels, like the Playboy type. I mean, it could work. It could work. Sometimes when you have two gimmicks that are similar, it's like, eh. And I think Austin Theory is really finding himself right now in NXT. But I think Angel Garza, at least as far as gimmick, is on the right track. Let's see. I saw your Cheapskate video. Are you still cheap? Yes, still cheap. Not as cheap as I was in that video, thankfully. I've made some life changes, altered some things. But, yeah, overall, still a cheap person compared to your everyday person. That's for sure. Underrated Mike says, favorite John Cena moment. I used to love John Cena when he first went heel. When he, like, shortly after he debuted, you know, Word Life John Cena with B Squared John Cena, big old chain link John Cena. That's my favorite, by far. My favorite match ever. Oof. That's a tough one to answer, but definitely Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels is up there at WrestleMania. That's definitely a top for me. I also really enjoyed a ladder match between Eddie Guerrero and RVD on Raw. Let's see. I think the Hurt Business should win the tag titles. Yes. So we have the Hurt Business going against Street Profits. Thank you. Thank you for telling me that, you know, through your mind. The Street Profits. And I would like to see the Hurt Business win. I really would. I would like to see the Hurt Business win. Or do I have that backwards? Or are they going against the New Day? Maybe it's the New Day. Let's see. Isaiah says Kenny Omega. Yeah, the whole Kenny Omega thing, I think it's definitely interesting to say the least, especially for the wrestling business. It's an interesting time for AEW and Impact Wrestling, NWA, all that good stuff. But I feel like Kenny Omega having Don have his back as like almost like a manager kind of role kind of takes away from him. I don't think he needs it. So I don't know. It's a little weird to me. Tiki Wiki says, do I listen to any podcasts? I do not. I really don't. Mulalo says, hello, what's going on, Mulalo? Bryant says, do I watch Star Wars? So I grew up on Star Wars, right? And I have not watched The Mandalorian. I know. I have not watched The Mandalorian. I have to watch it because I see everybody's post about it. I watched most of the first season, but then I lost my free subscription to Disney Plus and I didn't want to pay for it, which I'm sure is believable. So this whole time I never finished The Mandalorian. So I have to go back and check it out. Mulalo says, where's Sugar Mama? I think Sugar Mama is upstairs enjoying her day off. Pretty sure. Probably just chilling out, relaxing. What do I want for Christmas? Oh, that's an interesting question. Can't go wrong with more pop figures. You know, when people get me pop figures, that makes me a happy man. But in general, So something that I was thinking about that I was like, oh man, that would be really good. If you noticed in my wrestling journey videos, I don't have necessarily the sharpest audio or the best video. So I would love like a webcam. That would be something that I think would be beneficial for me for when I do have guests on the shows, when I do more of like a podcast sort of feel to the show. So I would definitely like a webcam, something that, is in HD. That's my answer. The picture I sent you on Instagram. I told you if you found. Oh my gosh, I have to look at that. I don't think I saw it. Did I say it? But sometimes my memory, I feel like my brain is scrambled eggs. So I'm trying to think. I remember you telling me that, but did I see it? I made you in Wrestling Revolution. Is that the one that I saw a long time ago where I had the hoodie vest, Alan? Let me know. Tinky Winky says Battlegrounds is almost done. Yes, I think I probably have 2, maybe 3 more videos tops, and it'll all be done before the end of this month, before the year is over. WWE Battlegrounds. And then it's time for a new video game. Maybe it'll be Wrestling Revolution. I'll try it out. But I do want to take another video game and start it from top to bottom. And just kind of take my time doing it. There's a couple of options in there. Batman, the last one that came out a couple of years ago, where you get to drive the Batmobile Arkham Knight, maybe? That's on there. Miles Morales is on there. And the latest Tony Hawk. Those are all options. Just kind of playing with them, but I don't know for sure yet. Mark says, I'm eating pizza. Well, I'm jealous. Where was my invitation, Mark? Come on. Dino says, what are my thoughts on the tribal chief, Roman Reigns? I think he's great. I think he's doing a fantastic job. I'm glad that they decided to actually switch the gimmick, unlike, like John Cena, where they kept him doing the same thing no matter how anyone felt for many years. So it's really nice that we have a change of pace for Roman Reigns. And I think when he is babyface again, people will actually want to cheer him. And that's a big deal. The Fiend, what's up? Welcome. Welcome, Fiend. Let's see. Favorite kind of pile driver. Mine is the package pile driver. It's funny that you say that because I think that would be my favorite pile driver too. I do enjoy the package pile driver. I think it's a cool one. Let's see. CR21 Talks Wrestling. What's going on, Oos? Welcome. Welcome to the live stream. If you guys are just joining, don't forget to Hulk smash that like button like it owes you money. Yeah. Don't be afraid. Just like that. That's how you do it. That's how it's done. So far, the record that we've ever had for the most likes during a live stream is 65. And looking at the time and looking at the amount of likes, I don't think we'll hit that today. But that's the record still, 65. All right, who do I think is going to win, AJ Styles or Drew McIntyre? Drew McIntyre, for sure. I love AJ Styles, one of my personal favorites, but I see Drew McIntyre taking it. Sasha Banks is the boss of losses. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Like I said, mixed feelings about Sasha Banks in this live stream. The Fiend says, do I think the Riot Squad deserves the tag titles? Yeah. If anyone was going to take the tag titles off of Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, I think the Riot Squad is the answer. I mean, they have matching attire, they have a history, they have a team name. I believe that they're a team. Go with someone like that. Like I'm always partial, I guess you could say, to having two people that are genuinely a team. They are a tag team, not just two singles wrestlers that you threw together, but an actual tag team. Now, if you make them a tag team, for example, when they took Sheamus and they took Cesaro and put them together, at first it was very random. It was like, okay, why? But then eventually they had matching attire. They spliced their theme song. Eventually they had a name. They were the Bar. And that's cool to me. That's okay. But when you just have, Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro, I'm like, People still watch Total Divas? I don't know. Do I like mini pancakes? Yeah. Yeah. Who doesn't like mini pancakes? Thomas says, hi, bro. What's going on, Thomas? Welcome to the live stream. Nebula says, you should make me a mod. I don't know how to do that. A mod? What do I look like? Get those strawberries out of my salad. Is that something that sounds like something I said a long time ago. Is that a direct quote from me? Get those strawberries out of my salad. Because that is definitely something I would say. That's hilarious. Best John Cena's theme song, I say, yeah, the Doctor of Thugonomics, man. Like a broken needle, kid, you missing the point, right? Why did Austin Theory go back to NXT? There was a few different possible reasons. Some say that there was nothing really to do with him creatively. Some people say that he had gotten into some trouble. Some people say, I don't know. But I think he's in a good spot. Like, he's a young guy. I think he's 21. He's obviously in great shape, great athlete. He has a good face. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Let's see. Tinky Winky says, I think Ziggler and Rude should have won the tag titles. Possibly. To me, they're still like one of those teams, man. Like, how many tag team partners is Dolph Ziggler going to have? Not Yoda says, hey there, are you currently a wrestler? So at this very moment, no, due to COVID-19, I wasn't able to return at the time that I really wanted to. However, there will be an update about that. There will be an update, a significant update about that. Stay tuned. Thanks for asking, Not Yoda. I hope Vince McMahon doesn't ruin the Undisputed Era when they go to the main roster. Yes. So I am actually kind of anticipating the Undisputed Era to make their debut in the Royal Rumble. I really, really think they will. I'm just curious as to what happens after that. It's interesting that they're having Kyle O'Reilly go against Finn Balor again for the championship, because I'm almost feeling like I see some sort of a screw job happening. Like, I don't know. I get a weird feeling about it. What do you guys think? Undisputed Era turning on Kyle O'Reilly? Possibly. Favorite Christmas movie? I have a few, Bryant, but recently I've been thinking about Jingle All the Way. Have you guys ever seen Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad? Matt downloads what? No virus on the computer. Oh, okay. That's good to know. I'll have to look into that, Mark. Who do I like more, Ziggler or Rude? I prefer Rude because I loved him in TNA with James Storm. Beer, money. So let me say this about Robert Roode. And it's the same thing I felt about AJ Styles. In TNA, and people have different opinions about this, but my two favorite TNA originals, if you will, are actually AJ Styles and Robert Roode. However, since coming to the WWE, I don't think Robert Roode has had the opportunity to really grow. And he's older, so I'm like, come on, push Robert Roode. Even if he just gets like a really good Intercontinental Championship reign or really good United States reigns, I want him to be a little more involved in the show, because he was one of my favorite TNA talents. I really thought that they hit the jackpot by getting AJ Styles and him, but they haven't really capitalized on Robert Roode. All right, Alan, no problem, brother. Anthony says, do I like the big dog Roman Reigns or the Tribal Chief? Definitely the Tribal Chief. Oh, and by the way, Dolph Ziggler, if Dolph Ziggler won the Royal Rumble, I wouldn't be upset. I've always been a huge Ziggler fan. I just felt like, how many years can I root for him and him not win at all? Mark DeMario says, I really want you to play Wrestling Revolution 3D, Batman Arkham Knight, and Miles Morales Spider-Man. Well, one of them at least will be happening. What do you call Triple H with a broken leg? Cripple H. Oh boy. All right, Tinky Winky with the jokes. Underrated Mike says, do I like the Nexus better or Retribution? That's a good question. I guess I would have to go with Nexus. I feel like Retribution just hasn't done enough. Worst wrestling angle of all time. Christian Reeve, you know the answer to that, man. You know it's Katie Vick. You know it's Katie Vick. I think WWE has too many pay-per-views. They need to cut it down a bit. I definitely could agree, especially during this time with the quarantine. It's like it's tough to keep things fresh and interesting. So it feels like there's such an abundance of wrestling specials going on. But what can you do, right? Not Yoda says, also, do you know any advice on fighting a person that has more pounds and weight than you? So yeah, there's a couple of things you could do. If someone is bigger than you, and I feel weird saying this on the live stream, but if it's a protection thing, you need to protect yourself. If you feel like you don't, maybe you have no striking experience, you don't know how to box or do anything like that, best thing to do is try to chop them down, take them down. I know, it's weird. I'm going to give you this advice. Take them down, hold them down. A little bit of this, a little bit of this. Somebody bigger than you that's more powerful than you. Do I watch Ms. and Mrs.? I do not. Never seen an episode of it. I have not. Dino says, if you were in a tag team, who would you want as your partner? Me personally, I would want Keith Lee or Ricochet. Those are good options. Keith Lee or Ricochet. As a partner, I'd want... Right now, Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns. He said the quote on live stream number 19. I knew it was me. I was like, get those strawberries out of my salad. Christian Reeves says, thoughts on Nakamura jobbing to Otis? Okay, I'm going to say this. I've never been a huge Nakamura fan. Never. Never, ever, ever. I've seen his match against AJ Styles. Yes, 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 yes. But when it comes to wrestling, you have to not only sell me on your wrestling, but sell me on a persona and a character. I'm not saying that Nakamura doesn't have a persona or a character. What I'm saying is he never sold me on it. So him losing to Otis, no sweat off my back. Let's see. I want someone to mod, choose Sammy B. No wrestling. Oh, yeah, I don't know about all that, man. Michael B says, what's going on? What's up, Michael B? Welcome, welcome. In NXT War Games, Bobby Fish didn't do the UE? What? Charismatic Enigma, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. If you are just joining this live stream, I know I repeat myself sometimes, so sorry if you heard this already. I'm really not that sorry. You could just suck it up and accept it. Don't forget to smash that like button like it owes you money. Give it a little backhand right on that like button. One of those. Little bread and butter. All right. Ooh, okay. So Nebula said, my favorite TNA OG is EC3. I like the fact that you said that. So it's funny. I wasn't even counting him as the TNA OG because he was in WWE before he went to TNA, but he really found himself in TNA. And if I had to pick a third person behind AJ Styles, Robert Roode, it would be EC3. I don't know how they dropped the ball on him in WWE. Like, I'm not one who always criticizes their choices, but EC3 was money in Impact, and he should have been money in WWE. They messed up. They messed up. Bryant says I should play WWE 2K19 my career mode. So I have thought about that. I have thought about playing my career mode in an older game. I'm not sure which one I have. Like, I don't actually have 2K20. No, do I have 2K? No, I don't have 2K20. And I don't actually have 2K19. So, like, if you watched old videos, I either borrowed it from someone or some of them, like, I wasn't even playing. Like, it was me more doing the commentary, and my friend had done like the Battle Royales I didn't play. I was just commentating on them. But I think the most recent one I have is like maybe 2K17. Let's see. Did I get new gear? So I had it from the Extreme Cheapskates video. What you see is my training gear. Just black tights, red pads. But I had other gear. Now that's the weird. It's such a weird thing. It's such a weird thing because people, ask me like, oh, why didn't you wear like your shiny stuff, like your nice stuff? I didn't I don't know, when you go out for a training or a tryout, you don't usually wear like what you would wear on TV. So I just didn't think of it. I didn't. My favorite submission move. I think my favorite, I have two favorites. My first favorite is the Lion Tamer, but I also really always love the Taz Mission. And I would love for somebody to bring back the Taz Mission and like do it in like a ruthless way. You know, just like choke out people. Crippler Crossface would be another one for me. Specifically the Crippler Crossface. When Chris Benoit used to lock it on, I would be like, all right, man, let him go. Let him go. You're hurting him. Because it just looks so intense. Chris Benoit always had very short and stocky arms. So whenever he locked someone in it, it looked like he was going to break their neck. It was bad. Do I think Big E should get a main event push? Here's my answer to that. Not yet. I think he should get a singles push, but not the main event push. I just think it's too soon. What I would like to see him do is take the title from Sami Zayn and go on a streak of just like defending it successfully through Mania and onwards. So I think if he had a really good solo win streak, especially with the championship like the IC title, that itself would give him enough credibility to maybe then win something like the Money in the Bank. What are some backstage no-nos when you're a wrestler? Okay, that's a really good question, Christian Reeve. I like that one. Some backstage no-nos. First of all, you shake everyone's hand. I know, since you watch AEW, Cody Rhodes mentioned that, and it is such a big thing. If you're not sure if you shook their hand, you shake their hand again. If you feel like you tried to shake someone's hand and they were busy, you make sure when they're not busy, you go back and shake their hand. Like, it is so important. And I think that the reason why it's important, Cody Rhodes had mentioned, is because you count on each other. You count on each other to be safe. Whether you actually like each other or not is irrelevant. But respect each other and respect the fact that you are going to go out and take a risk. You know, you protect yourselves, you protect each other so that you walk out of there safe and you make the right choices. So shaking hands, if I had to choose one thing, if you ignore somebody or if you decide to just go into a corner and be in your own world, woo, that is not going to be well received. Charismatic Enigma says, do I play Call of Duty? Nope, I do not. Don't play Call of Duty. Do I think Lee Johnson from AEW should get a push? It was a question from Michael B. I don't think he's ready yet. It's in his face. He has a lack of expression, Lee Johnson. Like he might pull off the craziest move, but then I don't really see it in his face. Like, and when I was training, there was something I learned very early on. Your face is your moneymaker. Like if someone has you in some, let's say a submission, let's say they're rigging your arm and you're like, okay. But let's say they're ringing your arm and you're like, ah! People will be like, oh my gosh, he's really hurting him. And I just don't think, I think Lee Johnson lacks that. Like he lacks some oomph. I'm like, bro, come out of your shell, man. I mean, great athlete. But that's the one thing I would say with Lee Johnson. All right, Nebula, appreciated you, man. Thoughts on Zack Ryder? Zack Ryder, great physical shape, has a great look. Never found his niche. I don't ever think he found his way. Like I don't feel like he knows who he is. And he needs to figure that out, or at least figure out what he would like to try. You know, it works. Sometimes switching things up works. Like let's take a look at Matt Hardy. You know, he went from being the second Hardy brother to being broken Matt Hardy. You know, he took control of that. And it's not that Zack Ryder hasn't taken control of his own character or gimmick or personality. I just don't think he's found it yet. I just don't think he's found the right answer, the right key. They need to bring back Keith Lee's NXT music. Yes, and they did change his music. It sounds like he's got lyrics back in it, though, but it doesn't have those moments. The problem with Keith Lee's new song is it lacks moments. The whole, bask in your glory, like that was cool. For he is limitless. And then like, you know, during the song, the beat would stop and everybody would go, Keith Lee. And I feel like that's what his new music is lacking. It's lacking those moments where as an audience member, you want to get behind it, you know? Not Yoda says, do you think WWE done so much with Oliver John? If you don't know who that is, that's the opponent of Sheamus when he debuted. Oh, yeah, I'd have to look back. I have no idea who Oliver John is. Super lick the like button. That's right, Tinky Winky. If you got to lick it, if you got to elbow drop it, you do what you have to do to smash that like button. All right. Tinky Winky says, what do I think of Ricky Starks? Ricky Starks is money. I always like to give my honest opinion about everybody. You asked me about Lee Johnson. I told you the pros and cons. Ricky Starks, I have nothing bad to say about him. He's charismatic, has a good look, wrestles in the ring well. He's good. Golden. That's a star right there. Ricky Starks is a star. Do I think TJP should go back to WWE after he loses the X Division Championship? No. No, because I don't think they knew what to do with him, and I don't think he knew what to do there. I think he should just... No, wait a minute. You said NXT... Oh, the X Division. Sorry, X Division Championship. No, I think he should stay right where he is. Stay right where he is. Mark the Mario says best OG is AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, maybe Christopher Daniels. So it's funny. Samoa Joe was never in my top 3, but definitely top 5 guy. And I'll always have respect for Christopher Daniels, man. That's a good guy. That is a good guy. What would I do with $1 million? Would I still be cheap? Yes. Still be cheap? Absolutely. I actually heard Sugar Mama in the distance answer the question and say, yes. Yeah, with $1 million, I would still be cheap. The first thing I would do is pay off any debt that I had, because interest is basically like me throwing money in the trash. So I would take care of that. And then after that, I don't know. I would have to talk to Sugar Mama about it, because I wouldn't really know what to do. I don't know. I'd probably just say, hey, let's just hold on to it. Demigod says they dropped the ball with EC3 because Vince didn't make him. Plus, Vince at the time was petty about TNA wrestlers. AJ Styles was the exception because he was insanely popular. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. In your opinion, who's the best member of SCU? Overall, I would say Kaz. However, Scorpio Sky will get there. He's obviously the young buck, no pun intended, of the 3. And I think he is someone who has a lot of potential. I wouldn't say he's there like Ricky Starks is there, but he has a lot of potential. Are there any education requirements to become a pro wrestler? That's a good question, Michael B. Nope. There's some dumb people in wrestling. I don't mean to sound that mean, but no, there isn't. There isn't. There is not. There should be. I mean, Brian should, take a nice multiple choice test or something. Dino says, favorite era of WWE? Attitude Era, by far. Tiki Winky says, am I going to watch the Slammy Awards? Probably not. I just don't really, Does anyone remember Big E with the NXT 5 count? Yes, Bryant. I know a lot of people are pushing for the 5 count to make a return. Let's see if it does. I think it might. I think, like I said, if Big E went on like a winning streak, I think eventually he should bring back the 5 count. And then it'll be all about like who can knock off Big E as like the reigning Intercontinental Champion. You know what I mean? So I feel like he has a lot of good things going with him. I like the fact that they gave him some new music. He's got a new logo. He has he brought back the powder. And I think the 5 count would be like the last thing he would need. And that would like really bring it all together. I only need 5. I know. So good. So good. All right, let's see. Best version of Matt Hardy, like Broken Matt or Big Money Matt? Yeah, I mean, whichever. Just the fact that he can switch it up is good, And personally, my favorite Matt Hardy, well, I like 2. I would say the Key to My Destiny Matt Hardy, which you guys might be like, who? That one was kind of like when him and Jeff Hardy were feuding, and he had the big key on the side of his tights. I like that one, but I also like version 1, with the Mattitude, the Matt facts, all Matt tributes, all that stupid nonsense. And yes, I use some of those things myself. We have about 15 minutes left of the live stream, so if you want me to answer something and I'm just taking forever to get to it, don't forget to use that super chat, super sticker option. Don't forget to like this video. Let's keep it going. Let's see what else we have here. Demigod says, what are your thoughts on Keith Lee being back in the Performance Center? He's awesome and a phenomenal athlete. I don't understand the logic. And they keep hazards like Nia Jax around. So my thought is maybe they want to do something with Keith Lee. But, well, a couple of things. I do think WWE has a certain idea of how a big wrestler should wrestle. That's my only concern, because Keith Lee is a big wrestler, but I don't want to see him wrestle like the Big Show. Like, I want to see him wrestle like a cruiserweight, so I can be amazed by what he does. So that's my only concern. However, he did gain quite a bit of weight while he was in NXT. And maybe they're just trying to help him slim down a little bit so he can remove the singlet and go back shirtless again. That's a possibility, because they know that was the best Keith Lee. So maybe they're just trying to make the best Keith Lee. I don't know. I try to stay optimistic about these things because I don't really know what's going on, you know? Tiki Winky says, best member of Team Taz. The best member of Team Taz right now is Ricky Starks. And it should be Brian Cage. But Brian Cage, to me, personality-wise, just hasn't been showing it. But when you watch AEW Dark, specifically, Ricky Starks, man, he runs that show. He has it wrapped around his finger. He really does. Let's see, what else do we have here? Best John Cena version. Word Life. Thugonomics version. How do I feel about Becky Lynch having her kid with Seth Rollins? Listen, none of my business. More power to them, right? More power to them. Don't you hate when WWE buys talent and wastes them for no reason? Yeah, it happens. They have a lot of talent. They have a lot of people under their umbrella, so it's bound to happen. Diego in the house, what's going on? Psycho Killer 905 says, who was my idol growing up? And why did I like them? As far as wrestling, Chris Jericho. As you can see, I have a Chris Jericho right here. Chris Jericho and The Rock. I always liked Chris Jericho's look. I like the scraggly beard, the ponytail off the top of his head. I always thought he had a very interesting persona. And The Rock, he can just talk, man. The Rock can just talk for days, and he just has people like, he sucks them in like a black hole. He does a great job. All right, let's see. Hey, sorry, I was away for your answer on the backstage. Oh, so Christian Reeve, I'll say it real quick if you're still there. Shaking hands. If you ignore people, if you do not shake their hands, it is such a big deal. Cody Rhodes had mentioned it on AEW, and he is right. Shake everybody's hands. If somebody's busy, you wait till they're not busy, and then you go back and shake their hand. But if there's people that you skipped over in the locker room, woo, you will hear about it later. Diego, 6 years ago, about 6 years ago was the Extreme Cheapskate video. Maybe 7. There's a chance it was 7. Daily Matt Fact has wrestled. Oh, Matt has wrestled on every continent except Antarctica. I do remember that one. Christian Reeve says, do I think AEW is WCW light? No, they're different. They're different shows. Like, I get the comparison, but they're different. They really are. Do I remember Daniel Bryanson in Ring of Honor? Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Do I think the Hurt Business has revived Shelton and Cedric's career? 110%. Yes. Dino says, I hope to see you in WWE one day. Me too. Me too. You never know. Life is crazy. And I've been very thankful in this life to do things that I didn't think I was going to get the chance to do. So, you never know. Stay tuned. Only time will tell. Let's see. Ricky Starks for the TNT Championship. I agree. I agree. William L. Love you too, brother. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. Welcome, welcome. What's your favorite Bailey gimmick? Ding dong. Hello. This one. Diego's buffering. Sammy B with the emojis drop. So if you guys are wondering, how did Sammy B get these custom emojis? He is a frugal faction member, which means he is an exclusive member to the Cheap Wrestler channel. So if you're interested in getting exclusives like every Wednesday we do a live stream workout Wednesday video. We do, first of all, custom emojis. You get special badges and a whole bunch of other perks that come with being a member to this channel. So if you're interested in that, make it happen, Captain. Go on my channel, click that join button, and let's go. Oh, Rob Yam Dam says, possible date for your next match. That's all I can say about that. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. You'll have to wait and see. Did I ever piss off any veterans? If so, what happened? That question is from Christian Reeve. And by the way, Christian Reeve has a channel. Check it out. He does a lot of cool things on there. Jams out on the guitar. I've heard a couple of his originals, a couple of his covers. So good stuff. And he does acting, a whole bunch of cool stuff. So Christian Reeve, thank you so much for coming through and all of your support. I think and there's so many little unwritten rules in wrestling that I didn't know. Like, I went to this brand new wrestling show that I had never worked for, and he wasn't pissed at me, but he taught me a lesson. Nunzio I was riding with, and I did not offer to drive. Now, as the newbie, or not even the newbie, the younger wrestler working with this veteran wrestler, I should have volunteered to drive, but I didn't know that. Like, I was like, maybe he doesn't want to get in my car. Maybe he wants the control of driving. Maybe he just knows where he's going, and I obviously don't. But it was something he even told me. He's like, next time, make sure you drive. And I'm like, okay. Like, it's just those little unwritten things that you kind of learn as you go, and sometimes you get chewed out for it, but you got to learn. Brian says, I think Sammy Guevara has a lot of potential, especially with the rivalry with Matt Hardy. I think Sammy Guevara does have potential. Not as much as Ricky Starks, though. And I know he's a lot younger, so he has time. But he, to me, he's not quite there. Not quite there. Let's see. Robbie and Dam says, Raw sucked this year and the year before. Do you agree? Just like in general, all of Raw? Well, it was tough this year. It was definitely tough. I feel like it's not fair for me to say it sucked because, they had no crowd. That makes it really challenging to run a show without a crowd. Bobby, what's going on, Bobby? Demigod, WWE is not the same anymore. Vince is senile and he gets what he wants. Maybe. Is it me or I don't find SmackDown interesting anymore besides Roman, Paul Heyman, and Jey Uso? I do agree. They need a light of fire under some people to make it more interesting, especially with the Tribal Chief. Let's see. I'm so sorry they had to retire from drinking soda. That sucks. I know, right? I agree. It does. But hey, it is what it is. Dino, no problem. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for coming. Let's see. Christian Reeves says, when your next match? Wait. Will your next match be televised? Okay. Available to see online. Thanks for the shout out, by the way. You rock. Oh, am I finally catching up? Hopefully. So Christian Reeve, that's the one question that I can't say. Well, you actually just asked if it will be. It'll definitely be either available like live online, like a stream, or it will be recorded and I will absolutely post it. Absolutely. Let's see. Prime Sunny Molina and Becky Lynch. Oh, those are interesting choices. I'm more of a Trish Stratus guy myself. Becky Lynch is overrated and I find her song boring. No way, man. Tiki Winky, if you could choose one tag team to join for a trios match, who would it be? Let's see. Today, like right now, I would say if it was today, right now, I think I'd have fun joining the New Day. Sorry, Biggie, you have to move over for one night only. The cheapest wrestler is going to be the third man in this group. Thoughts on MJF being in the inner circle? It's fine. You're just waiting for something to happen. No matter what it is, you're waiting for something to happen. So that's how I feel. I'm just kind of like, all right, might be a little while, but something will come of this. So let's see who turns on who. All right, Demigod. Yeah, that's WWE's problem. They overbook their talents. I know. There's a lot of talent in WWE, and it's really hard. Honestly, there's a lot of talent in AEW also. I feel like they just have too much. Impact needs some people. Let's see. Robbie M. Damn, I actually had to retire from Soda a while ago. Oh. Yeah, listen, sometimes that's just what's best for you, right? We have less than 10 minutes to go, so if you're just joining this live stream, smash that like button. Let's see if we can get to 30 before this live stream is over. New Day would actually be fun to join. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? 5 best things and 5 worst things about Vince McMahon. All right, so here's the thing. I know a lot of people bash Vince McMahon over his choices. I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't sit in these meetings, so I don't know how Vince actually feels about things. I don't know if he's always the one to make those decisions or if someone beneath him just knows how he thinks, or at least thinks they do and makes those decisions. So I can't really say. The best things is, best and worst things, he is ruthless. That fits in both categories. Ruthless. Like, I would not want to be on his bad side. Imagine being on Vince's bad side. I feel like he would leave me just homeless, on the street, begging for some money, because Vince is a beast. And I think it's the best and worst thing. He's made WWE a global monster, and I don't think there's any way of stopping it. And I think that's all thanks to Vince McMahon. Let's see. Tinky Winky says, did I hear yesterday Stone Cold? Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Stone Cold's birthday. Happy birthday, Stone Cold. It's also DMX's birthday. They share a birthday. Stone Cold and DMX, I feel like, could probably hang out, right? The dog and the Texas rattlesnake. Let's see. The Fiend says, I started watching AEW 2 weeks ago, and it's actually amazing. Listen, AEW's got some good stuff, so if you haven't checked it out, I definitely recommend it. It's different than WWE, but it's good wrestling. What is your favorite kind of shoe? I guess my favorite kind of shoe, I would have to say, are the... Okay. So you know what? This is something I don't think I've ever told anyone. One thing that I did decide to splurge on one day, one of the rare times I decided to splurge, when I was a kid, I always wanted these shoes. They were the Pippins. They say Air on the side of them. You've probably seen them before. These big sneakers that say Air on the side of them. They were really popular when I was like, I don't know, 8. And I always wanted a pair. My mom was always like, they're ugly. They're ugly. You don't need them. They're ugly. So I never got them as a kid. But as an adult, when I had some money, I decided to buy my first pair. Of course, I bought them pre-owned on eBay. But, you know, I don't know. Something about pre-owned shoes just sounds really gross, right? But they said they were like new. See, this is me. Like I just said all that and I feel like I sound gross. Let's see here. Favorite hardcore match? I definitely can't think of one off the top of my head, but I do miss when hardcore matches were hardcore matches with the hardcore title and whatnot. Christian Reeve. Oh, I'm almost at the end. Here we go. Christian Reeve says, thoughts on WWE to stop people from Twitch owning other... Listen, I think that's one of those things. I don't think it's fair. And I just think they should leave them alone. Let them do their thing, especially during quarantine. Give people a heads up at least. Say, hey, next year at this time, maybe we have to change things. But I feel like it was a little bit of a grimy move. It was definitely a grimy move. Thomas, what's going on, Thomas? My favorite shoes are the Converse high tops. Very dope. Favorite brand of chicken nuggets? You prefer Tyson's Dino Nuggets. Very cool. Tyson Dino Nuggets. I really like Wendy's nuggets. I think Wendy's has the best nuggets. I don't know if that's what you mean, if you mean like store-bought, but I really enjoy Wendy's nuggets. Mark says, for me, they're Nikes and Jordans. There you go. Have I ever met any cheapskates in real life that made you squirm? No, but definitely watching the videos of the other extreme cheapskates, I'm like, damn, am I like them? Am I like them? Because, no wonder people are grossed out by me, you know? Top 3 favorite movies. Mine are Spider-Man 2002, The Blues Brothers, and Taxi Driver. Those are some good options. Gladiator is one of my favorites. Seven is one of my favorites. And if I had to choose another one, this is strictly for his performance, but The Dark Knight, because Heath Ledger was just incredible. He really was. Let's see. Yes, the Tyson Dino Nuggets are the best. You guys are hilarious. You have to be ruthless if you want to survive in a corporate world. Yeah, and Vince McMahon is just that, right? He might be who he is, but he's a genius and a pioneer in the business, and I have to agree. I do have to agree. Let's see. TMZ reported Hogan died. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, not true. Not true at all. What is the most disgusting thing you've met on the road or that I've done on the road? Christian Reeve. Oh, experience. Wow, I was way off. All right. So before I answer that, Popeyes, Thomas. Popeyes over Chick-fil-A. One of the most disgusting things I've experienced on the road. I've experienced someone pooping on the side of the road. Like, hey, stop the car. I gotta poop. And like, you know, just having to go poop while we were in traffic. So that was interesting. Yeah, that was probably one of my craziest road experiences. And it wasn't me. It was not me. Let's see. What am I planning on doing for Christmas? Honestly, probably staying home with Sugar Mama. We'll hang out, maybe just enjoy some coffee, watch some TV, that sort of thing. Just relax, you know. Oh, you guys like Chick-fil-A better. I'm sorry. Listen, I'm just telling you my opinions. Let's see. Definitely. Sugar Mama is looking at me through like a creeper. What's going on, Sugar Mama? Do you want to say hello to the people?
Hello, people.
Hello, people. She says, hello, people. Popeyes, I'm not going to pay $10 for some Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. R.I.P. Heath Ledger, absolutely. What do I think of the Stone Cold Stunner? I thought it was better when Stone Cold was doing it. I don't really love Kevin Owens' Stone Cold Stunner. I definitely like his Pop-Up Power Bomb way better. I watch Extreme Cheapskates a lot, and you were pretty tame compared to other people. That's good to hear. All right, we have less than a minute left, so I'm going to try to bang out some more questions before we go. Worst thing to eat or drink before a match? Alcohol. You're going to think I'm crazy, but I've seen people try to drink alcohol before a match, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, no. Stop. You're about to put someone's, life in your hands. What are you doing? Stupid. Idiot. Stupid. Savage. But, yeah, that would be the worst thing. Me, I don't like to eat or drink anything before a match. I just feel like my nerves are going. My head is racing. I don't want to have to pee. I don't want to have to poop. I don't want to have to do any of that stuff. So I will pig out after a match, but not before. Favorite boy band, NSYNC. Favorite Jedi Knight in Star Wars. Ooh. Yoda. Can't wait for Christmas. It's my favorite time of year. It is a great time of year. It is a great time of year. They said hi, Sugar Mama. I don't even know if she's still there. She is still there. I see you being a creeper. Who would win, Goldberg or Roman Reigns? Hopefully Roman Reigns this time around. Brian says, I think Darth Maul is underrated. Darth Maul is my favorite Star Wars character, and I think he's amazing. I wanted to be for Halloween one year, but I never did it. Yes, you have a good Christmas too, Fiend. All right, it is just about that time. Sorry I didn't get to everybody's question. Oh, you know what? Thoughts on tuna fish and peanut butter? Ew! That's Lance Archer's favorite snack. Those don't go together. Vincent wants to know, how many Funko Pops do I have? I think I have about like 125? Something like that. I see there's like 2 questions here, so I'm just going to answer you guys real quick. Are Harlem Heat in your top 10 tag teams of all time? Maybe top 10, but not top 5. All right, everybody. If I don't talk to you, well, I'll have some videos posting before then. So, Merry Christmas, happy holidays, but you'll see me post some videos way before Christmas. I got some more things coming up. I am the cheapest wrestler in the world. This was live stream number 22. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace!